festival in one of the world's newest and smallest states. What happens when a Czech libertarian throws a festival on a scrap of land of Danube? Mud, mosquitoes and music, the original ingredients for a festival. Add an airstrip, riverboats, cryptocurrency, Croatian police and a new micronation taking its first baby steps, and you get a better picture of Floating Man Festival. The newest festival on the circuit of the traveler who likes their adventure raw and untouched to their conversation peppered with a political philosophy, and whose festival neighbors vary from nomadic world travelers to multimillionaires. For those of you who have not heard of it, Liberland, officially the Free Republic of Liberland, is the latest series of emerging micronations. Founded by Czech libertarian politician and activist Vít Jedlička, it is an uninhabited parcel of disputed land of the western bank of the Danube between Croatia and Serbia. This area has remained unclaimed since the dissolution of the Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia in 1991. In fact, for many decades it has been uninhabited, and no claim was ever made to this piece of land. It was therefore terra nullius, and no man's land, until Czech politician Vít Jedlička and his partner Jana Markovicova proclaimed as the Free Republic of Liberland on April 13, 2015. The total area is approximately 7 square kilometers and now the third smallest sovereign state after Vatican and Monaco. Application for citizenship is open on the website. So far, approximately 600,000 people from a diverse regions as North Korea to America have applied. For a new state to have an immediate diaspora of this size is impressive, for which the voluntary tax code may hold some explanation. But back to the festival. As in the inaugural Floating Man Festival, there are some hiccups. Plans to have a large riverboat, the Liberty, fully fitted out and are not realized, and some of the guests have to travel in small boats. For smaller boats, read no DJ, food and refreshments. The airstrip itself had an inspection the week before, and due to a missing micropayment around €2, light displays are not permitted. The weather. And that's before I mention the weather. An expected deluge of rain on a day 2 particularly closed the access road, turning it into a slippery mud-covered pond which really needed 4-wheel drive vehicles to navigate. Interpret festival goers without access to a jeep hike 5-kilometer cross country. But the first Floating Man was far from a flop. I compare it to the hiccups at the first Woodstock Music Festival in 1969, when the opening act, Sweetwater, got stuck in traffic and had to go on later. Joe Cocker's performance had to be suspended for 40 minutes due to a thunderstorm, and the Grateful Dead's set was cut short when the stage amps overloaded. Other similarities. Floating Man was not just about the music, but the movement. Conversation then in Woodstock and now in Liberland focused on politics, human rights and planet and how we live today. Picture this. We are traveling on a flat riverboat on a canal of Danube. We have met a dock in Sombor in southern Serbia, the closest town to Liberland. The boat has seating for around 20 people with a small wheelhouse at the rear. It is covered in a distinctive yellow Liberland flag. We are a motley crew, not as yet introduced, and we set off down the canal. Serbia is very warm in August, and swimmers as well as drinkers are on dock. The locals have a casual approach to river bathing. The dock is wooden and unvarnished. They step in and out of the water with unstudied ease. As we push off down the canal, which is green in color and layered with a dense vegetation on both sides, small private moorings appear on the right bank leading up to homes. Their mini moorings are very rickety and charming. Local families appear and slip into the water to bathe. I'm worried that the casual nature of these bathers will be caught by the boat's engine, resulting in a terrible carnage. The wheelhouse is blinded by the canopy over the seats, but the bathers themselves swim back to the green edges and out of the path of the Liberty. We see herons and smaller birds. The warm sun is now low in the sky, blinding everyone's view. The assembled guests, as colorful as any Hercule Poirot cast, take selfies at the front of the boat. I have not got my river legs and eschewed such a dramatic shot for the fear of falling overboard. We carry on these gentle waters with only the sound of the engine from company over several nautical miles following the curve of the canal. Then at the head we see a dusty landing strip with Wheat, Jedlička and current President Livland. The airstrip is flanked by great phalanxes of corn, a common crop in Serbia. There are tents and a platform. There is a vegan goulash and Serbian sausages and Czech beer. There is even a Livland wine. Conversation begins and people start to mix. Air show. Day 1 was to be an air show, but the aforementioned official visit stopped that. Day 2 is presentations, cut short by the rainstorms, followed by music. We drink and talk to fill the gaps, which was no hardship. The music is an electric mix of styles, from troubadour poet to hip-hop, rap and then blues. There is even some more, what looks like Irish dancing. I want to join, but having never danced a step outside of the galley touch and abstain, though I could have, I wanted. It is just kind of place. Day 3 is the cornerstone of the festival. We head back to the boats for a trip down to Danube to visit Livland itself. I'm on the main boat, complete with a DJ, barbecue and refreshments. We have presentations, one of which I deliver on women of blockchain and women in Livland. We have a ceremony to commit the ashes of President's late father to the Danube. As we approach Livland 2 hours into our journey, we are joined by Croatian police tailing us in a small motorboat. They keep pace at the same time. We are within city to disputed territory. As we draw closer to the border, we see police on the beach, dotted like lighthouses along the coast. We do not land. We are not arrested. Instead, we arrive at the island on the other side, and those who applied are presented with our official citizenship documents. This has been an inaugural floating man festival. The camaraderie of the people, around 100 in total, is very evident. We have swapped stories and ideas and made friends. Next year there will be more plans, more boats and hopefully less mud. Interested travelers who want to volunteer to form a Jasan tent should book now.